Wave hands like clouds. So another great drill to master when you're first building your practice. Footwork is a little bit different in this one. So with the Toryu, you've got these nice forward and back linear motion like that, and the feet are aligned like so. This allows a nice balanced movement forward and back without sacrificing any stability. The wave hands like clouds, the feet are different. So starting here with a little bit of a wider shoulder width, and I've got my feet in line like so, and I'm going to be moving this way. If I'm doing the Tai Chi form, it's going to be moving like so. But you'll notice my feet are not coming together and then stepping again. I'm going from a larger shoulder width to a smaller shoulder width. So one foot steps and then the other one follows as my hands turn. So what we're doing there to get good form is I'm shifting my weight from side to side, and I'm also rotating the rear leg, the trailing leg, ever so slightly. So I'm not turning the foot. The foot's staying where it is, but the leg in the hip socket is going to add a little bit more rotation to the rotation that should be happening with the waist. So the rotation begins in the waist and it cascades upwards and downwards. So as I rotate from here, my hip and my shoulders are going to get in on the act. So there's also a little bit of extension through that leg as it turns. It's pushing the heel down into the floor. It's like a great big lever almost. It's softly turning the big lever. So there's a bit of extension and rotation diagonally through the body. That's the core of the movement. So the rest of it is what the hands do. So begin with the hands in this position here. And as I rotate, the hands scoop and sweep. Due to spatial constraints, I'm not going to show the whole moving across the floor drill that you would normally see in a Tai Chi form. But if you're, short on space at home, practicing in front of the computer or whatever device you're using, you can still get a lot of the benefit without having to traipse across the room each time. So I'm just rotating nicely back and forth, just letting the hands follow along. So what the hands are doing here, this hand is going to be scooping down, and this hand is going to be rising up along the center line. So you can see to about here. So I'm not bringing my hand way up. It's just going to there, like so. And then it's continuing through. So the core component of this movement for the arms is really this one's coming down and this one's moving away. So I'm just going like this. That's really if you break it down to the skeleton of the movement, that's all. So here, up, under, extend, and then I just reverse it. This one's going to come down, this one's going to come up, and go back. It takes a little while to get. Sometimes it feels like the movement looks like it's more complex than it actually is. This takes a little while, drilling it for a little bit of time before the muscle memory kicks in, and then you can really just kind of do it without thinking about it. And so you notice when I turn, if I'm in a good flow and everything's moving nicely, there's a lot of rotation in the waist that's providing the timing for the hands and the arms. So I'll go from here, rotate all the way through, so I end up, as you can see a little bit better, this foot stays, toes pointing towards the camera, but my upper body from the waist up is going to rotate so that it's facing perpendicular to that. So my shoulders are on this plane, and my sternum's facing that way, and then the feet, or the knees and toes, are pointing in the same direction that matches the line of the shoulders. And so the weight shift is happening through the feet just to go along with that. Which is that extension of the rear leg and that rotation like this through the waist and through the upper spine. So your spine and your waist should be turning. Again, you want to be careful. You don't want to get into this position and start to sway your back like so. That's too much. It's really not going to help with pelvic alignment and those sorts of things. You just want to have that leg extend and the rotation happen through the spine. So about there, not there. And then when you add the arms in, so you notice the hips and the waist are powering the movement. So there's rotation is drawing the arms along, and then the rotation happens the other way, and that brings the arms back the other way. It's not really complicated, but you just want to make sure that you've got all the bits and pieces. Where they should be from the start. And then over time, it just kind of starts to round out, gets a little bit smoother. We have hands like clouds.